All right, guys, got a cop up here. Cop stop. He's got them out of the car. So they have them out of the car. Looks like a deputy's going through the car. Yeah, he's looking through the car. It's probation and another cop. So let's see what he's doing. He's looking through the car. Got her sitting on the curb. It's going to be 14 Paul 5. So he's going to go through the passenger side. No. So he's going through it. Now, I don't know if she's on probation or parole or not. Oh, he went and unlocked the passenger door. That's what he just did. So he's going to be opening it up over here. You see how he's just throwing shit around in the floorboard of the car and stuff? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It just seems kind of disrespectful, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just being a hard critic. Wouldn't be the first time. But just the way he's throwing stuff in the floorboard of the car. Now, if he lets her go, she has to pick that stuff up out of the floor of her truck instead of laying it back on the seat. You know what I mean? He's just throwing stuff in the floor of the car. And sir? He said, whose bag is this? He said hi, so I said, hey, sir. It's a spoon. Looks. Oh, that's a pipe. He's got a crack pipe. There's a crack pipe in a bag. Oh, it's a crack pipe. I can see it from here. And it's in the grocery bag. That's not good. She had a crack pipe in a bag. Oh, that's not good. Or he said meth pipe. It's a pipe. It's a glass pipe. Oh. Yeah, this officer, and by the way, let me just say, this deputy here is usually pretty cool with me. He usually says, hey, how's it going? He doesn't mess with me. So I don't mean to imply that he's, not a professional or a cool deputy. I was just a little perturbed when he started throwing stuff in the floorboard of the car. Doesn't mean he's bad. It's just, but he did find a glass pipe in the grocery bag. I could see it standing from over here. It was a glass pipe. And it was, excuse me. It It was one of those chemical ones. I forget how to describe it. It's got like a little glass ball with a glass tube coming out of it. It's one piece. You know what I'm talking about? Beaker? Is that what they call those in science class? But that's where you like put the meth in there, and then you light the beaker itself. And as the glass heats up, the smoke starts to come out, and you inhale the smoke. One of those. No, I don't know anything about it, by the way. I've never done meth. Never done crack. Never done cocaine either. My wife asked me about that the other night, and I said, no, I've never done cocaine ever. I mean, I don't know that I've ever really... I'm sorry I'm shaking. When you zoom in, any little shake is a big shake when you zoom in. And I just got a cold chill down the back of my neck. So I started shaking. But, yeah, I don't know that I've ever had an opportunity to do cocaine. You know, like it's never been presented to me. But I've never done it. I did marijuana when I was about 13 or 14. Of course, you know, living in Southern California in the 70s, that's par for the course, right? The 70s and the 80s. It's kind of par for the course. Back then, they called us stoners. Probably still do, but you get the munchies and all that. But I digress. So, but yeah, this deputy's usually pretty cool. This probation lady usually is pretty cool. She hardly ever says anything to me. But since he is searching the vehicle, since he does have her seated on the curb, I do want to record. Because you never know. The nicest deputy in the world might have a bad day. And something might go down, you know. Oh, this guy just went over the curb. That guy just drove over the curb. It's okay. I almost did that one night, too. I was like, oh, shit, this ain't the driveway. And I had to back up and go around. That was funny. He was watching the cop, I think. I was wondering why he's driving through here. I was like, I'm not standing in the driveway. Okay, he's found something else now. Actually, a few things lined up there. He asked if she had meth in something, and she said something. Then she said, I swear. Anytime they say, I swear, they're lying. They are. And in most cases, I don't want to say all the time because I'm not God. I'm not psychic. But, so, he's in the back seat of this truck now. It's a four-door Ford. Looks like a F-150. I'm sure it is a F-150. Sorry I'm shaking so much. It's just, normally I don't shake the phone this bad, but it's cold out tonight. I mean, there's this really sharp bite on the air. Now in this bag here, she has milk and some other groceries, and she had the meth pipe in there with the milk and the groceries. I hope to God she wasn't taking that home to the babies. This is bad. This is bad. So, I'm sorry I'm not live streaming, but I thought it was just a normal traffic stop. And a lot of times, and I've said this before, but I'll say it for our newcomers, when I live stream on traffic stops, sometimes just as they're finishing up the traffic stop, people start coming into my live stream going, oh, Jimmy's live. All right. And all they catch is the cop driving away. And I'm like, okay, guys, thanks for coming. People are like, damn, I just got here. I didn't get a notification. But so I don't go live unless I really know it's something huge and it's going to be a while. I didn't know this was going to be as long as it is. I don't want to cut it now because I want to video with continuity here. But yeah, that's why I'm not live streaming, because I thought it was just a traffic stop, and fix your taillight and move on. But it looks like it's going to be a little bit more than that. Looks like we're going to have some handcuffing going on, possibly, unless he just cites her for paraphernalia and lets her go. But now that he found those pipes, he's going to tear up that car, man. And for the most part, drugs are a victimless crime of sorts. I mean, the person using the drugs that wipes out their brain and ages 2 times faster and all that. Of course, drugs are not good. Drugs they destroy your body. They destroy your thought process. But that's people doing it to themselves, if I may say that. The one thing that bothers me about people using drugs, particularly here in town, is that to finance their habit, a lot of times they'll go into people's yards and not procreate. I just said procreate. Procure. Is that it? Procure people's property. I said procreate. They'll procure people's property, kind of the 5-finger discount. And then they take that stuff and they sell it to finance their habit. And I hate that crap, because here you got somebody that's working 40 hours or more a week. They're working their ass off, an honest person who's just trying to make money to feed the family and make a living for themselves. And you got this bum up there stealing their stuff that they worked hard for to finance a drug habit. It just pisses me off. So that's the one argument I do have with people that use drugs. Look, go get a job. Finance it yourself, or beg for money. But don't be stealing people's stuff and selling it. Because now you just took something somebody else paid for and got money for it yourself to buy drugs. And it happens here in town quite often. If you go to the Facebook groups of people here in town, every single day, either a car gets stolen or broken into, or something gets taken from a yard, or a ring captures somebody up at the front door trying to get in. I mean, every single day. It's just, and they're even looking for a guy who illegally entered somebody's home. It was caught on ring. He knocked on the door. It appeared he knocked on the door. But the resident opened the door and he just walked in like, yo, what's up? And walked into their house. And then walked out and walked off, and the police are looking for him. So because it was a possible attempted home invasion, but the resident was able to get him out of the house. And then we had the one where the guys broke into the old man's house and he shot at him as they were fleeing and shot the kid. 17, I think, or 14-year-old, I forget the age. He was a teenager, and his buddies, his finger quotes, buddies, dropped him off, shot in front of the 7-Eleven at 14th Street in Yucaipa, and drove off. Left him there to bleed to death. Of course, they got him into a hospital. The police were called and all that. They found his finger quote buddies in Hot Springs and arrested him. I think he told on him. Shit, I would have. Fucking with friends like that, who needs enemies? Those are frenemies. So, but yeah, my bicep is killing me from holding this phone for you guys. I'm waiting on for the other car to come up that's going to arrest her, unless they're going to do it. He's still going through this vehicle here. Yeah, I'm not anti-cop. I'm really not. I just don't trust them a lot because, you know, they could be being all nice to me, but then all of a sudden out of the blue just say, you're interfering right now, or you know what, you're impeding my investigation, you need to go across the street, or whatever. They just could go flip on me, you know. So you have to be careful with that when you're around law enforcement. Because like right now, see how far away I am? This deputy is usually fine with that. He's okay with it. But what if he just, out of the blue, said, you know what, you need to go up the street. You're impeding my investigation, you know. So normally he's pretty cool. So I'm not anti-cop. I just don't like cops that lie, violate policy, break the law, use excessive force. Like I need to find out what happened, but there's a video of some Fontana, California cops that beat the crap out. They went Rodney King on a handcuffed guy. So I need to find out what's going on with that one. I Googled it. There's a couple videos, but there's no story on it. So I want to find out what's going on with that one, man. So he's asking her what all this crap is on the bed of the truck. He's got a baggie of something, and it's a little, looks like a little 1/8 of a gram baggie. It sounded like she said, I didn't hit it. That's what it sounded like. She said, I didn't even hit it. You know, she's talking about hit it in the meth pipe. So he's checking her eyes. Her pupils should react or not react. I forget how it goes. But I think if she's high, her pupils won't dilate with the light, right? Some of you guys tell me that. Or they'll be really big, right? I don't know. But he's checking her pupils. She's going to be handcuffed. She's now going to be handcuffed. So for the meth stuff. So, and I'm just recording to make sure that she's treated fairly, which I don't see that we're going to have any issues here. But you never know. She could get all pissed off and start kicking at him and stuff. We've had a few deputies here in town that have been injured in fights where people just flip out on them. She has to go to work, she said. Now we don't know that the drugs are hers. If they found a baggie of something, and she said something about I didn't sound like she said I didn't even hit it. We don't know that anything in the truck is hers. It's not confirmed. It could be her boyfriend or it could be a friend's. You know, they're just investigating right now. But the thing is, there's a lot of stuff on the bed of that truck there. You know, you have to make smart decisions in life. No drinking and driving. I don't use drugs at all. In fact, the only medicine I take is Lipitor for my cholesterol and some vitamin D. I take that. But, the wife's at the gym, she said, huh? Yeah. Oh, I was thinking out loud. Oh, you know what? No, the wife's got to be home. She's got some medical procedures going on tomorrow. So this is over 15-minute video, so I'm not going to do it from iMovie. It's just going to go straight to YouTube. iMovie sucks like that. They won't let me put anything over 15 minutes on YouTube. So what I normally do is I'll export it into my hard drive and then put it on YouTube from there. I could do that, but I think I'm just going to hit stop and let this baby upload. I know I've been told I have some pretty boring cop watches. People have said, you have some really boring cop watches. You're not that good. And I think, why? Because I don't scream at the cops. Because I don't yell at the cops and flip them off and all of that. He just flashed his flashlight. I don't know what he was flashing at, unless he has somebody coming up here. Yeah, he just walked over there and flashed his flashlight. I don't know if he was flashing it inside the car or if he was signaling somebody. I don't see anybody over there. So is that the dude that, oh no, there's the other dude. Okay. So he's talking to her now. Yeah, I mean, you want to feel bad for her because she's really upset. But the thing is you, like I was saying a minute ago, you have to make smart decisions in life. You know, drinking and driving, using drugs, having drugs. That's why I was saying we don't know that the drugs are hers, but she's in the truck. All that crap was in the truck. I mean, you know, that's why if anyone other than me or my wife or my kids ride in my truck, I look through it when I get home. I know that sounds bad, but I really do. I don't search through it. I'll just kind of, you know, look around the passenger side. Not all the time, but I always clean my car out all the time. And I probably don't even have to. I mean, I don't have anybody in my car that would ever use drugs, but you never know. I mean, I know my wife wouldn't, but, you know, what if somebody that's close to me maybe smokes marijuana or something, leaves a glass pipe in the little side thing on the door, and I don't know about it? You know, and the cops stop me and go, "What is this?" And I go, "Oh, shit." So you always should look through your vehicle when you have somebody ride in it with you. So she's going to jail, he said. I think she's going to be booked and sight released from jail. But he has to book her on that stuff so they can book the evidence. So he's going to sit her in the car. I think he's going to sight release her from here. Which, if that's the case, then the camera saves another one. So, but that's what it sounds like. He's going to sight release her. Because she said something and he goes, "No, you're going to sit in the car while I write all the tickets." So it sounds like she might be sight released. It should be good. I'm trying to hear the radio. Couldn't hear it. You know, and I've heard good and bad about Yucaipa PD, about certain deputies. I've heard people have told me they have a problem with this one or they have a problem with that one. I've had other people tell me, oh, the Yucaipa PD is the best in the state. Well, I don't know if they're the best. There's a lot of cool deputies in this department. There are a lot of ones who say hi and they're professional. Well, you got a couple that, I don't know, man. I know one particularly who's a bully. I know another one who's messed with the homeless a couple of times, and when he sees me come up, he just, weird how I get there right as he's finishing, and then he gets in his car and drives off. I don't know, coincidental or camera magic. All right, guys, we're back. The tow truck's here, going to tow it. Yeah, I got a low battery warning on my iPhone, so I had to cut the video and start it again. I didn't want my I don't want my iPhone to die before I can get this. It might die anyway. And if it does, then we'll call it. I should be okay for a minute or two here. Well, I'm going to do this one in pieces. So she's in the back of the car safely, and she was. You haven't missed anything at all. They've just been sitting here writing the tickets up. So I'm going to cut this in. I'm going to give this to you in spurts so that I can save some of my iPhone battery power. But the tow truck is here now to tow the vehicle. Okay, they're letting her out of the car now. So they're going to go ahead and sight release her, give her tickets, and let her go. She's probably going to have to walk home. And that's a good thing because she said she had to go to work. So this essentially could cost her her job if she was arrested and couldn't go to work. So I should have used iMovie earlier. I didn't think about it. I just jumped out of the car and started recording. But iMovie, I think, is a little clearer. So she's signing all the citations now. And it looks like she'll be let go to walk home, and she'll have to appear in court or get a failure to appear on the citations. So I'm probably going to go home after this. So I got to get up early and take wifey somewhere. I'm at 10% right now on my phone. 10%, guys. This ain't good. I'm about to lose it. So I'm going to cut it again. They let her out of the car. But if anything goes down, I will definitely hit record. So she's talking to. He said, grab your stuff and you can go home. So she's got citations. I hope to God she's not saying, well, I was going to say, I hope to God she's not saying thank you. But maybe she should. Because believe it or not, he did cut her a break. Could have took her to CDC and booked her. But they're taking the vehicle. I don't know what the initial traffic stop was for. I just drove up on it. Now they're going to have to go to the station after this and do paperwork on their citation, unless he decides to do it somewhere else. But again, I don't know what the initial stop was for. I think she's getting stuff out of the car before they tow it. I'm going to stop this real quick so I can check my battery power. Yeah, guys, I'm at 5%. So I'm about to lose this. So I'm going to go ahead and take off, cut it. I hate to, but I mean, we've seen the end of it. She's been sight released. She's getting everything out of her car, and then she's going to walk home probably. And they're going to tow it. So I'm going to stop this so I don't lose any footage here while I'm trying to record. If you guys are still watching, God bless you. Community Leo Watch. Watching Leos, that's law enforcement officers in the community, particularly in Yucaipa.